This is the Coronavirus Central Florida podcast. I'm Maria.
And I'm Melissa. Thank you for joining us on our sixth episode. It is Thursday, April 9th, and we have some new numbers here in Florida for you. Currently, we have 16,826 confirmed cases, 371 deaths. And that number, of course, is just here in Florida, and we need them to continue to go down. Now, One Blood is in Orlando. They have other locations, but they have one here in Orlando, and they're asking if you have been positive, either positive tests for COVID, regardless of what your symptoms were, a positive antibodies test. If you can prove either one of those, please go in and donate plasma so they can see if they can treat individuals here locally in Orlando to see if that will be an effective treatment for those individuals that are currently in the hospitals, sick and fighting for their lives in the ICUs.
Yeah, in fact, it's interesting that you mentioned that because tonight on Lester Holt at 6:30, they actually were in Orlando. I don't know if they were dealing with One Blood, but they were interviewing a family, very young family. The husband is COVID-19 positive, and he pretty much had exhausted all of the current therapies and were resorting to experimental therapy. And this was exactly what they described. In fact, they just put out a message on social media asking for a volunteer, and a perfect stranger, fit what they were looking for and has volunteered. And so hopefully this experiment will work. But if you would like to also volunteer, if this, is you qualify, please do. You might just be saving lives.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you still have to be a match for those individuals. And so they need people to go in that's actually had confirmed cases, confirmed positive cases. If you know of anybody or if you have gotten COVID and you're over it, please contact 1-888-9-DONATE. We'll be putting more information on our social media page for you. But the FDA has approved this. They've fast-tracked this. They've approved this to be a test. We're going to test this out and see. It's a safe way to kind of figure out if this will help these individuals. So please pass the word along and let's see if we can make an impact here.
Great. Some other information as far as the testing. Melissa, do you have anything currently on testing in Central Florida or our areas?
Well, we do have Walgreens is going to be doing that rapid test, and they're going to have a drive-through. But it's not open yet, and I don't have the location just yet, but I'm definitely watching it very closely to try to get more information out there to you guys on that. I do know that you can go on the Walgreens. They're going to have an app, and you can also go on the Walgreens website, and they're going to have a questionnaire on there that you can fill out, and they can see if you qualify. And if you qualify, then they're going to give you the location of where that testing center is. I'm going to get a little bit nosy with it because that's what I like to do. And as soon as I find out any more information, we'll put that stuff out there for you guys.
Investigative journalism
at
its best.
With it.
And it's interesting because we're talking about testing. Of course, that's always first and forefront. It's Easter weekend coming up here in a couple of days, and some people are really nervous about families, breaking the restrictions, maybe gathering, celebrating, even eating dinner. It's standard, right? This is what we do sometimes for Easter weekend, but under the circumstances, it's really dangerous. You can be putting yourself and your family members at risk. So please reconsider, celebrate in other ways, get creative with it, do it virtually, of course, anything you can think of, but don't put yourselves and your loved ones at risk.
Right. I'm planning on barbecuing. Now that might get scary because I'm not the best cook in the world. I'll just be honest. But I do plan on barbecuing, and I plan on hiding eggs in the house.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the ideal, not the norm, but it's definitely doable, and I'm going to get weird creative with it. Some fun times there. So we'll see if the dogs find them before the boys do. But anyways.
Maybe we can share some photos of that on our social media come Monday.
Yeah, that might get fun. Yeah, and see some random things chewed up on the corner. I'll have to just be extra cleanup for me, but that's all right. We're going to have a good time with it. Another thing is Calvary Orlando Church. First of all, thank you, Calvary Orlando church. But they're going to be giving out 100,000 meals on April Sunday.
Amazing.
So their location is 1199 Clay Street in Winter Park. It's going to be drive-through style, nothing that you're going to sit around and eat and, kumbaya with anybody. It's strictly drive-through. They're going to ask you where you want your groceries basically put, and they're going to put them in your car for you. But it's very, very nice. They're going to spend Friday and Saturday preparing for this. So it's a very, very nice thing to do on Easter weekend.
That's amazing. Yeah, thank you so much, Cavalry. So, in addition to that, just staying on the whole Easter theme, a lot of families are used to buying cute little outfits or games or Easter baskets. We're going to really recommend and suggest that instead of spending the money on that, which, will be limited, of course, now as far as activities go, perhaps you can consider donating your money to Second Harvest. $1 converts into 4 separate meals through Second Harvest. So they're amazing. They have had an increase of about 97% in the last couple of weeks as far as how many meals they're giving, how many people they're feeding. It's not a surprise, obviously, under the circumstances. However, if you would like to donate, please do so, feedhopenow.org. If you need food, you do not need to qualify. There's no requirements. You can receive SNAP, you can receive SSI. It doesn't matter what financial assistance you're receiving. You don't have to prove anything. You simply go on their website. You can also go on their website and give them a call. Again, there's so many people calling all of these different businesses and nonprofits and governmental offices that it's going to be really difficult to get people on the phone. So again, it's www.feedhopenow.org. If you are not able to go because you are a COVID-19 patient, you tested positive, you should not be leaving your house under any circumstances. However, you're able to write a letter giving the authority to somebody to go in your stead, and they will be able to pick up food for you. So, 2 messages. If you're COVID-19 positive, do not leave your house for any circumstance. And if you need the food, whatever your circumstances are, please consider Second Harvest. They are there to help.
Absolutely. And a lot of people are like, what can you buy with $1 these days? I mean, come on. 4 meals? Okay. I'll pay that $1.
For healthy meals. It's not just, some frozen food. I mean, there's produce, there's dairy. It's a well-balanced meal.
And I also heard where they're reducing car insurance. Now, have you heard about this?
Do you tell me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know all the different, I've heard Geico's doing it. I know that there's a variety of companies that's doing it, but this is the perfect time, because I'll be doing it myself, to be shopping for cheaper car insurance, because Allstate is lowering theirs. I think it's 15%.
Wow.
And others are lowering it because cars aren't on the road. People aren't driving. So a lot of times your insurance rate goes, your rates go up because you're on the road so much. Well, since no one's on the road, they kind of have to decrease. I think it's almost automatic. My understanding is it's automatic. I'm going to continue to follow up on that, and I'll get back with you guys for more details. But in the meantime, shop for cheaper car insurance, because right now is the time to kind of get into a better position with that.
That's excellent. I love that. Along those lines, something else that can become quite costly is internet, right? And Charter is actually offering 2 months of free Spectrum broadband and Wi-Fi access to households with kids anywhere from kindergarten through college. So through college, they can be juniors in college, seniors, you still qualify. Installation fees for new student households are waived. In order to get this free access to the internet and Wi-Fi, please call 844-488-8395. We will be posting that telephone number on our social media page. But again, that's 2 free months of internet.
I love it. We're obviously on the internet all the time in my household, so
Same here.
I appreciate them doing that. I really do. I think that people are, the community, all the businesses, I think everybody's trying to make this work. I think everybody realizes that it's a hard time and we just need to pull together. And I think that everyone's doing their part to kind of try to bend a little bit to, make things a little bit better. Something I'll add, oddly enough, I got called by my bank today. Now, normally, like 99.8% of the time, I would tell you, don't trust people when they call you, call them. However, I've worked with this guy before, and he's helped me with a few things, and he is from my bank, so I know him personally, and his phone number shows up on there. He's good people. But he said, just calling to check on you to see if you need anything with us, yada, yada. And then I said, well, and I kind of said it sarcastically, just to be honest with you. I was trying to be playful because I know they're stressed out. And if you know me at all, I'm kind of like, I try to lighten the mood sometimes with a little bit of humor. But I said, well, you could lower my interest rate. And he said, well, actually, we are doing deferments. They are deferring the interest rates on some of these credit cards for 3 months. So I was like, okay. So something to keep in mind. I mean, if you are really struggling out there and you want to defer your interest for now, I'm not sure about how that impacts your credit score. So that's something that you need to look into on an individual case-by-case basis, but it is an option out there. Reach out to your credit card companies if you need to do that for now.
That's great. I had not heard about that. That's really neat. And I really like the fact that you asked, because so many companies are able to help. And if we don't ask, they may not know that you could use the extra help or a hand up, so it doesn't hurt to ask. If they say no, then okay. But, they may say yes. So good job, Melissa.
Well, it was accidental. I mean, he called me. I mean, it just so happened to be, he was just checking on me every once in a while. He checks and says, do you need this? Do you need that? And I was just being playful. If he was a complete stranger, I might not have done that, but I was trying to be playful and lighten the mood. But yeah, you never know until you ask.
Yeah, and along those lines, actually, I'm going to piggyback off of that. Robocalls, we haven't actually mentioned them before, but they are robotic calls. It'll sound like a robotic voice on the other line, and they are going to ask you for your social security number sometimes, your credit card number sometimes, personal information that they could use to either rob you, steal your identity. They will say that maybe they're with your bank, maybe they're with a governmental office, social security office. Sometimes they can be very scary and say your financial assistance, whatever it is you may receive, will be cut off in 24 hours if you don't give us your, social security number or what have you. So hang up on those numbers, hang up on those calls. Don't push any buttons. Sometimes it'll say press 9 to hang up. Do not do that. Just hang up. On our social media page, we have shared a telephone number for you where you can actually call and let the state attorney general know if there is any scams or price gouging. So that would be a perfect situation where you would call. And again, do not let yourself be victimized. There are people trying to victimize others right now. Can you believe it? I mean, it's just crazy. So hang up on those calls.
Yes. And whenever you answer, don't say yes. When you answer, say hello. And don't ever give them a yes or no, because they like to turn that into something completely different as well.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So one thing that I also heard is that they're doing where you can go pick up your food. You can also get a couple of drinks with that delivery or to go or anything. Have you heard this?
You mean like at a restaurant?
Restaurants, yeah.
Oh,
for
girl,
their food
where
delivery.
have you been?
Yes. You can get 2 drinks to go. You can get 2 drinks delivered.
Are you sure
Alcohol.
It's only 2 drinks? Because people are selling gallons of pre-made margarita mix, pre-made martinis. I don't know if there's a limit, but yes, obviously you can tell which of the 2 of us drinks more. So yes. You're correct. In fact,
I knew you would know more on this.
It's really interesting though, because I wasn't planning to talk about it, but a lot of restaurants are only staying afloat because they're selling alcohol. So, it's definitely great that you mention it. I don't know if there's a drink limit, but, support your local restaurants, order food, and order that drink for you and a special someone.
and enjoy that drink with a special somebody.
Yes, yes.
But just don't drink and drive. Wait till you get home with it. If you do pick up, DUI still, they're very much active and they are being enforced. So
Yes.
don't do that. Don't get yourself in trouble.
No.
And in saying that, yes, we're being lighthearted and we can drink responsibly, but not everyone can. And during a time that everybody's stressed out, sometimes people can go a little bit overboard. We are putting on our social media page a contact number for any kind of abuse right now. So if you're having problems with your alcohol or drug intake right now, you have a hotline number on there to reach out to somebody to get some help.
And depression is such a huge thing
Yes.
right now. I mean, you isolate people, you cut them off from their friends and family members, their regular activities. Do not isolate yourself more than you need to. Please call one of the numbers on our website. I did want to mention that Publix is offering 2 months of free rent to small businesses who have their business in a Publix-owned shopping center. So that's really, really huge. Even if you're a small business that is receiving financial assistance through the stimulus package, personal loans, any type of business loans to your bank, it doesn't matter. You will get 2 months free, and even fees for common area maintenances, taxes, anything like that. It's all being waived if your business is at a Publix-owned shopping center, and it's on their website. So they do have a public announcement about that. So if that's you, please look into that.
Wonderful. Yeah, I love that they're doing that. That's awesome. I appreciate everybody that kind of comes together and does what they can during this time. I really can feel the love in the neighborhoods and in our community.
And like you mentioned, a lot of the businesses are standing up, and supporting the communities, whether they're small businesses or big national conglomerates. So it's amazing.
Yeah, even Starbucks is reaching out to their different locations and helping them out with finances as well. So I don't know all the specifics on that, and I was going to look into that more, but they're trying to help their employees. They don't want any of the franchises shutting down. They want them staying just where they're at. And so they're stepping up, and they're helping them out a little bit.
One local business in Orlando that is standing up for first responders is Don Julio Mexican Kitchen and Tequila Bar. You and I have to go there together, Melissa.
Yes.
When this is all over.
Right. We can actually really enjoy it.
Yes. This restaurant is amazing. Their food is amazing, top notch, really fun locations when they open up again. But what they're doing on Monday from 12 to 8 p.m. is they're offering absolutely free meals to any first responder. So if you work for the county, if you are an operator for 911, if you're a nurse, a doctor, an EMT, a firefighter, a cop, anything, you're risking your life and your health. So you are considered a first responder. So thank you to all the first responders, first of all. Second of all, please check out Don Julio Mexican Kitchen and Tequila Bar every day, but especially Monday from 12 to 8 p.m. They have 3 locations. So go get your free meal, everyone, and enjoy. And again, thank you.
I will. I'm going to enjoy that on Monday. You have to remind me.
I will.
Put a reminder
I will totally
in my phone.
remind you. I'll remind you also to pick up a margarita from them to go.
That's right. I want to encourage everybody to be wearing some kind of face covering. Please, please, please. It doesn't have to be an N95 mask. It doesn't have to be any special type of mask, some type of face covering, a scarf, anything to decrease the spread of COVID. Please continue to wear some kind of face mask, wrap, anything you can come up with, do that. We're going to be making masks this weekend. We've got a fun design that we're going to put them together and start making some masks. So if we can do it, you can do it too, right, Maria?
Absolutely. Melissa will be learning to sew. So
That's
she's
right.
I'm going to videotape her. We're going to put this on social media for many reasons. But first of all, we do want you to learn how to make masks as well. And then, of course, we just want to share our experiences with you. So we'll be sharing those videos. We will also be selling these masks. A portion of that will definitely be going to nonprofits. Every week, we want to choose a different nonprofit food pantries. We'll take your suggestions as well. If you think there's a nonprofit out there that deserves it or really needs the help, let us know. So that is coming up. We're going to be working on that this Monday or this weekend and hopefully ready by Monday.
That's right. And we'll share the video with you guys. So look for that this weekend, because if I can do it, I promise you, you can do it. I'm telling you. So wear something.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, that's the bottom line, right? Wear a face covering, face anything at all. Stay protected and protect yourself. And, by protecting yourself, you're protecting everyone in your household.
Yes. Well, I think that's all that I have today. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it, everyone. Enjoy your Easter weekend. Celebrate virtually, have fun, but stay safe.
Yeah, please, enjoy your loved ones. Do. But yes, keep the distance and be safe out there.